Hello, good evening. This is Munati TV, your television on the go, and welcome to Transforming Lives with Mushekwa. You know, one thing I'll tell you about our show is every time you want to watch this show and you're already seated watching, please get a piece of paper and a pen. Because things we learn here are things that we need to apply in our lives. For instance, who remembers the caterpillar concept? If you didn't write that down, I'm sure you've forgotten about it. Well, let me say also that you who's watching is far much better than the person who's not even watching. So kudos to everyone tuned in and watching us live. So this is Transforming Lives with Mushekwa. Thank you for having joined me on the show. And this is how we begin for today. The race is neither to the swift nor the battle to the strong, or even bread to the wise, or riches to men of skill, or still even favor to the skillful. But time and chance happens to all. The takeaway message from this is do not be discouraged. To everyone who's watching me right now, I'm saying do not be discouraged. You see, today I want to talk to people who might be facing so many different challenges. I want to talk to that one person who's been jobless and looking at the way the economy is going, looking at the uncertainty that is surrounding us, has no hope. Do not be discouraged. Today I want to talk to that woman or that family. They've been married for so many years, maybe they don't even have a baby. That do not be discouraged, because the race is neither to the swift nor the battle to the strong. So do not be discouraged. I want to talk to someone out there who's been trying their very best. Trying, but things don't seem to be working in your favor. That do not be discouraged. You know, in this life, there are so many challenges that we're faced with. Sometimes people are walking and we don't realize the troubles that people are walking with. But that's the journey of life. It's a race. And you know, in this race that we're running, you only win it when you follow the rules of the race. Obviously, if a race starts today, all right, and you're on that field, for you to reach the finish line and actually win is because you have to run the whole race. If you reach halfway and you say, no, I'm tired, I give up, guess what? You won't reach the finish line. So there are so many hurdles that we face along this journey, this race called life. And today I'm here, I just want to talk to people that are going through so many different situations. Things that are out of your control. Things that seem so heavy upon you. That we are all going through that race of journey. One thing I'm going to tell you is that sometimes things are not as they seem. Things are not as they seem. People can look so happy, you know. What I can tell you is that sometimes the people that cry the whole night, the people that cry the deepest, deep within their sleep, are probably the loudest in your workplace, in your surrounding, in your churches. And you wouldn't notice. Sometimes those that actually face heavy mountains, things where they are almost at the verge of giving up, are the ones who seem to be the strongest, encouraging the most. And they're also trying to encourage themselves. Sometimes people can seem like they are living so well off, like life is just good for them. But what I'm trying to say is that most of the time, we like the hype of things. But things are not always as they seem sometimes. There are many people who seem to have it all, and next minute you hear, oh, this person committed suicide, and you wonder why or what happened, you know. Or maybe there's this couple and you next hear, oh, this couple is divorcing and they seemed like they were a happy couple and they had it all. This journey of life is a race. And the only way we're going to reach the finish line is if we continue moving on this race of life. And we move by focusing on where we're going, which is the finish line. Because if you're running on that race and you're looking at your neighbor, you're looking at the other side, guess what? You're going to lose sight of where you're going. So today we're saying the battle is neither to the swift, neither to those who are strong, but time and chance happens to all of us. Because life is just there for all of us to live it. The same. Same privileges, same air that we breathe. So to someone who's on the verge of discouragement, thinking there's no hope, there's so much uncertainty that is surrounding all of us. We're all surrounded by not knowing what tomorrow brings. 1 minute COVID is escalating, the numbers are going so high, and then we are now afraid to move, we have to mask up. What if there's a lockdown? What if, like, it leaves us in a state of uncertainty. We don't know what tomorrow brings. And there you are, your mother, your father, your provider, to children who are looking up to you, children who don't even know exactly what is going on around you. They don't even know the effects of this COVID or the effects of this political, for instance, in our country, Zambia, There's so much political uncertainty as well, on top of all these COVID things, on top of all the economic, hardships we're facing. There's so much uncertainty surrounding all of us. And then you are there, you're the breadwinner of the family. What do? Do you give up? Look at the children that are looking up to you. They are looking at you. And what do? You have to pick yourself and do not be discouraged. Today I want to say that if there's anything that you're going to take out of this whole conversation we're going to have today, this whole chat we're going to have on transforming lives with Mushekwa, one thing you need to take out of it today is that one word. And it must just not be a word, but it must be an action. And it must just not be an action. It must be something that you move with, something that is implanted with you. And that is hope. You must never lose hope. At any point in life, never lose hope. Hope is the thing that will take you to tomorrow, because you don't know what tomorrow brings. But as long as you're hopeful for a better tomorrow, guess what? You will have a better tomorrow. When I'm home, I have a son, he's 5 years old. And there's a song I love to sing, from the movie Sarafina, the famous. And I always sing, "Freedom is coming tomorrow." I wish I could sing, but I don't know if I have a good singing voice right now. But yeah, me and my son, I'm always singing that song. And I always just sing that line, "Freedom is coming tomorrow," And I'm saying, "Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow." So my son has come to learn this song. And every time when I just start "freedom," he knows, he joins in and we sing, "It's coming tomorrow." We've been singing it for quite a while now. I think I would say for about, a space of 6 to 8 months. But the funny thing is that just last week, because today is Sunday, last week, one day I was singing it, and then he tells me, "So freedom is coming tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yes, freedom is coming tomorrow." Okay. And he kept quiet. Guess what? The next day, he asked me to say, "Has freedom come?" And I'm like, "Yes, it has come. But did it knock? I didn't see it knocking. Has freedom really come?" And I'm there like, yes, freedom is here. So that's just one thing that I sing and I impart in my son, 5 years old as he is, that freedom is coming tomorrow. We might live in this world where we're uncertain about a lot of things, where we don't know what tomorrow brings, where some people don't even know, some people don't even know what they're going to eat tonight as they're going to sleep. They don't know. This is the world that we're living in, where some people barely even know. Some people are on the streets, and imagine how cold it is. There is someone out there on the streets, they don't even know where they're going to spend their night. And this is just one of those to say, let's be hopeful. Let's never give hope. Let's never lose hope. let's never lose hope, because freedom is coming tomorrow. Even if tomorrow comes and freedom has not yet come, guess what? Freedom is coming tomorrow. Every day we wake up, we just say freedom is coming tomorrow. We'll take our first commercial. Please join me after the break. This is Transforming Lives with Mushekwa.
To some, he is a symbol of hope, while to others, a chance for a better life, progress, growth, and development. Everywhere he goes, the Zambian people have enthusiastically received him with love and passion. They have proudly welcomed him. All his districts and communities, they are ready for change. A brand new chapter that will give Zambians a chance to save their home, our beloved country, the future of our children. We have a chance to elevate and take Zambia forward. There is no time to look behind. The time for change is now. So take action and vote Hakainde Hichilema.
A country that is endowed with abundant natural resources should not have 60% of its population wallowing in abject poverty. Abundant agriculture potential, abundant tourism potential, abundant mining potential, abundant manufacturing potential, and abundance of everything, all put to waste. This has been made possible by many years of economic mismanagement, corruption, and embezzlement. But now the opportunity for change is here. Prior proposed policy reforms, sector by sector, continuous and consistent alternative national budgets every year since 2016. Say no to corruption. Say no to embezzlement. Say no to political violence. Say no to arbitrary arrest. Say no to continued poverty. Vote for Mr. Sean Tembo and the Patriots for Economic Progress candidates on August 12. The future is bright. The future is yellow. The future is pep. The future is set. Wamsegede Salema.
President Edgar Chagwa Lungu and the PF have committed to promote growth by building 8 industrial yards for light manufacturing in 7 provinces, where 4,000 jobs for women and youth have been created. Commerce, trade and industry remain the backbone for every economy. Vote for President Edgar Chagwa Lungu and the PF that have brought you change.
This is Transforming Lives with Mushekwa. Welcome back. And there's one word we're talking about: hope. So the race is neither to the swift nor the battle to the strong, but time and chance happens to all. Ecclesiastes 9 verse 11. So we're talking about how people, go through certain things in life, and we just take things for granted that people are fine. Well, as we continue that chat, we'd be so glad if you can just comment on our Facebook page and tell us where you are watching us from. And if you pick up anything that is transformational to you, please do share with us what exactly has been transformational to you in this session of Transforming Lives. So now, one time I had a friend, someone I knew, maybe I shouldn't say friend, someone I knew, because we grew up together, school, then after school, they went to college, you start working, you find yourselves working in the same city, all right? This person, we didn't know. We didn't know that that person was calling for help. So after a while, he had issues he was facing. But when we meet him, you meet him, hi, how are you? You have a proper conversation. If you chat on WhatsApp, you have a proper, normal conversation. All right? And every time, people didn't know that that person was battling something. We all didn't know. But there are certain indicators that just come. there are certain indicators. So one time what he used to do on Facebook is that he would post these very weird posts, you know, and he would tag a lot of people. And I would be one of those that would be tagged in those posts. And I'll read and I'm like, this is not making sense. But anyway, you know, sometimes where maybe you think someone had maybe a marital dispute, but they're not really saying, but, you know, they're just expressing certain things where they're not happy about, you know, something, you know, where someone says stuff, you know, like, no, you think you can bring me down, you can't bring me down, something like that, you know, in those lines. It's been a while. But he would tag a lot of us. And then, you know, sometimes you just read and ignore, you know. Read and ignore, because there are very few people who would even comment on that post. So this kept on going on, and honestly, I was a victim. Yeah, I was a victim of not paying attention. Yeah. So I would see that, yeah, I would always wonder, what's up with this guy? Why is he posting such things, you know, almost on a daily basis, tagging a lot of us and everything like that? And, you know, well, when you meet him, you know, if you're in the business and the person happens to pop around in town where you're also working, you bump into them, they seem pretty fine. Hi, how are you? You have normal, proper conversation. So you think, I know, it's just one of those things. Maybe someone had a fight or something, you know, you just forget about it. Till one fateful morning, I just received a call, and someone just said these words. I won't say the name of the person, but they just said, Nani kani nafwa, Ali Ipaya. Just like that. And the person hung up. And I'm like, Ali Ipaya, you know, like, in short, he committed suicide. I'm not so good with Bemba, so I hope my Bemba was not sounding funny, but that's how someone actually said it to me. And you can imagine someone committed suicide. You know, sometimes people are actually not even inspired to wake up tomorrow. This is the world that we live in. And we're so grateful that we bring programs like this, like Transforming Lives. And today, I just decided to say that this should be inspiring to someone who's on the verge of giving up, someone who's on the verge of not being inspired to face tomorrow because they don't know what tomorrow brings. That tomorrow is a better day and freedom is coming tomorrow. That's how that man died, because he committed suicide, uninspired to live, uninspired to even live for his son. He left a son, or because of whatever disputes were there in his life. This is the life that we live in, that people are walking. We meet people, you guys, we meet people. People are battling different problems. Please be nice. You might not know. Someone seems to have it all together. But you know what? One thing I learned out of that situation is, by all means, let's try and be nice to people. We just might never know. And you know, some of those people that seem like they are so annoying, we might never know what they are battling deep within them. It could be something. I've learned to be nice to people. Yes, I mean, I also have my days. I'm just human. But I've learned